Hey, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Chef Evelyn here. And I decided I wanted to start doing a storytime series. Now, if you watch YouTube at all, you know several years ago, this type of video was very popular, like this storytime video. And I didn't really watch a lot of them, but I thought it was a cool concept. And it was usually like a lot of drama, I think, involved. And I don't know if it was their story or somebody else's story. So what I've decided to do is there's some interesting stories that have happened to me in my culinary journey that I thought would be great just for us to get to know each other a little bit better. And maybe you can tell me some of your interesting stories in your food journey. And I thought, what better way than to start it off than my first memory of cooking. Now, let me tell you, I started cooking when I was about 6 years old. And according to my mother, that every Sunday from the time I was born until I was 5 years old, her, myself, and my father would go to my grandmother's house for dinner. It was like a standing appointment. Nobody needed a reminder. We just knew it was going to be dinner at grandma's house every Sunday. Now, obviously, I don't remember that, but I think it must have planted something in my subconscious because here we are all these years later, and I am now a professional chef. And by the way, my grandmother was an amazing cook. She was an amazing cook. That's one of the things I remember about her was the food was just hot fire. So let me tell you about my first memory of cooking. So I remember being at home, and we were living in Overland Park, Kansas, believe it or not. So I've lived in Missouri and Kansas, but Kansas City, Missouri and Kansas City, Kansas are right there together, but that's hometown. So we were living in Overland Park, Kansas, and we were living in a duplex. And so my mom and dad worked different schedules. And so I remember I was at home with my dad, and while my mom was at work, but my father had fallen asleep. Okay, dad on duty. Dad had fallen asleep. So I decided that this was the perfect opportunity for me to go in the kitchen and cook something because I was so excited to get to the stove, right? So I pull up a chair to the counter and I decide, I don't even remember what was going through my head at the time, but I do remember that I decided to fry pickles. And I had never had a fried pickle before. I didn't know anything about a fried pickle from the South. Just in my mind, must have been the culinary inspiration coming to me. Okay, I decided I was going to fry some pickles. Now, the only thing I had ever seen fried was watching my mother fry chicken wings. Okay, so I decided that the best way for me to fry these pickles was to fry them the way my mom fried chicken. So I decided to season the pickles with salt and pepper and put them in flour. And I don't even know how I knew how to put like the oil in the pan, but I was shaking up the pickles or whatever, and I decided to fry them. I don't remember how I got them out of the pan. I don't remember any of this, but I do vividly remember frying pickles because we had a kitchen that had carpet in it. Like who thought that carpet in the kitchen was a good idea? Like, where are you today? I want to see you, and I'm squaring up on site. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the Kev on stage hands, like it could be whatever. Anyway, so I'm in there, I'm cooking these fried pickles, and my mom comes home. Well, she catches my dad sleeping on the job, right? So she's like, what you doing? Okay. And obviously I'm in trouble because I'm 6 years old and I'm using a stove. Clearly, I should not be using a stove, right? But I don't remember like getting on punishment or anything like that. What I remember distinctively, okay, is that my punishment was I had to eat these fried pickles. Now, think about this. You're probably thinking, what's the problem? You know, fried pickles are good. You know, if you live in the South or wherever you're from, fried pickles, some people like ranch. I abhor ranch. Unfollow me right now if you like ranch. Just do it now. Anyway, I'm joking, but maybe not. Or blue cheese or whatever kind of dip you like. You're probably thinking, Evelyn, that's a thing, girl. You was onto something. If you backtrack just a few minutes in this video, I told you that I seasoned the pickles with salt and pepper. Now, the pepper wasn't that bad, but that salt, listen, they were so salty and so greasy that I remember how horrible they were. And it wasn't until years later when I became an adult that I knew that fried pickles were actually a thing. But that is the first memory I have of being in the kitchen. So I got in trouble, and it won't be the last time that I have gotten in trouble from being in the kitchen, but we'll talk about that in another video. So let me know in the comments, what was your first memory of cooking or helping a parent in the kitchen? Do you remember? Do you remember what you made? Did you get in trouble like I did? Did you burn it? Like, what happened? I want to know. I want to know that I'm not alone. Okay. But yeah, that's my first memory of cooking. I was 6 years old and I made what I would call salty fried pickles. So that's it. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you get to know a little bit more about me, and I want to know some more about you, and I will see you next week. Peace. This episode is brought to you by funfoodshirts.com, an online boutique that is serving up apparel for every appetite. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to tune into the Eat Out at Home podcast, an audio outlet for foodies who want to cook better, eat healthier, dine together, and enjoy gourmet every day. You can find the Eat Out at Home podcast on your favorite streaming platform. And to see what I'm cooking up in between videos, follow me on Instagram and Facebook for some delicious behind the scenes. That's all for today. I'll see you next week. Peace.